Okay, take two. I just have to talk about this, okay? Because it has been. This Twitch channel has been like the past. It's been at least 2 weeks or something that I've just been non-stop watching this channel. Battle and 987. And goddamn, man, this subathon is crazy. I had heard about the 2023 and the 2024 subathon, especially the 2024 subathon because the hype train was broken and all that good stuff. Why are all my devices disconnecting? It was almost like a legendary event. Oh my god, stop. So catching this one at like the perfect time because I had just watched all of the Minecraft hardcore thing, and getting to watch all of this shit is just, oh my god, there's so many things opening. Fuck NordVPN. Every single time it crashes. Every single time. But yeah. Today especially, I mean, what? What's today? Technically it's the 24th, but days streamed has been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's day 5. 5 days of streaming. And holy hell, dude. Already so much has happened. It's unbelievable. It's wild. I mean, day 1, right out the gate, we had Colorful Array drop, which is another original song, which was already really good. I think the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, that's okay, that's pretty good. But then, oh my god, I thought this video was in 360p. But after listening to it like the second and third time, holy hell. Like, really good song, by the way. Very good song. It fits like I don't know if it's what they were going for, but it's kind of hard not to draw the comparison to Shelter. Sort of a similar, well, kind of similar-ish. Damn, 6 years ago. Uh, type thing, kinda. And so this drops on the 19th, and I think I don't remember what day it was, but after seeing Vettel get in VR chat with Nero, holy hell, man. It means so much more. It means so much more. It's crazy. I don't know what's going on in that little turtle head of Vettel, but there's something going on in there. I don't know where those tears come from, if it's being proud of his own work or if it's happiness that shit actually isn't just crashing and lagging. Or maybe it's something more, Who knows? We'll probably never really know. Because Vero is just a little too tsundere. Which I don't blame him. I think out of all of the content creators out of all of the people online, I think that I can relate the most to Vettel. The I don't know why. I think we're a similar age. He's not that old. I don't think so, from what I can gather. Um, and the whole, maybe I'm not the best at showing emotion or affection, but I still care. I'm still a person. Resonates with me maybe a little. Yeah. I don't know. So to see him kind of like both times, by the way, both times that he's been in VR chat on stream with Neuro, he's got, shed a few tears here and there, which is just crazy. I know a lot of people joke about it. Uh, cause yeah, he definitely doesn't. He does like the play the old fish character, to use another meme. Which at this point, I am almost 100% sure, like I 100% where he's getting this and where it's coming from. It's kind of like maybe at first you're kind of like, I don't know how to react to this situation. I don't know what to say, so I'm just gonna kind of go, you know, because I don't think he was ever set out to become a fucking top VTuber. So at first you're kind of like that, and then, over time as you do get more comfortable, it's kind of like, well, shit, I already I can't go back now. It's kind of difficult to explain because this is something that I do in much worse situations. But it's kind of like, what's a good example? I don't know. It's the same thing. It's like I don't say I love you to family members a lot. Or even to friends, like as like joking around, they're like, haha, have you, Carson? Haha. And I just kind of like make a noise. And it's not that I don't know. I don't know how to describe that. But see, did you see where I'm kind of relating a little? Tim Hortons. So pissed I didn't get the fucking lava lamp, dude. See, this was before I was really into this. But yeah. I mean, how many were really the longer I think about it, the more I kind of feel like we're witnessing something kind of special, you know? Because how many. It's a very strange situation. How many situations does a creator of something that you can interact with in this way get to experience what Vettel just experienced, you know, in VR chat? It's a very unique situation, I must say. And it's different from, in a way, I guess you could sort of draw the comparison to, a parent watching their child grow up. But it's different, because it's an LLM, you know? So it's as a father or mother of a child, you expect certain things and you expect certain milestones and things to happen. You kind of know what you're getting into going in, I suppose. But in this situation with Neuro and Evil, it's like, what is real and what is fake? No. What it tears down the expectations. I'm sure this is I know for a fact Mr. Vettel back in 2018 probably didn't think he would be in VR chat with a Kermit the Frog model talking to an AI girl language model that he created and shedding tears. I probably don't think that was on the to-do list. Just a guess though. Maybe you never know. Maybe this was the master plan all along. We never know. So that's why it just seems it's a lot more thought-provoking. I mean, I know I've been thinking about it a lot. Like, what is real? What is fake? I don't know. Because there's a lot of things that you can go into this. Because a cat or a dog, right? We wouldn't necessarily call a cat or a dog not real, obviously. But we wouldn't exactly call the cat or the dog conscious. Kind of. At least there's a separation from a human consciousness from an animal's consciousness like that. That's what at least I kind of have a little bit. I'm sure other people have thought of this as well. I kind of have a hard time imagining existence without consciousness, which now that I'm saying this out loud, this should be a very human thing to kind of try and wrap your head around, or struggle to wrap your head around, because all we know is, our internal monologue, our thought process. We're not really relying on instinct so much as like, okay, what am I going to do today? I will do this, this, and this. What do I feel like doing today? Oh, I will go and take pictures today at this park. Okay, I'm thinking about doing this, and now I'm going to act on that thought. But like my cat doesn't really have that. He just kind of walks around, which of course humans can do and just like not think, but it's not the same, right? But I'm not going to call my cat not real. But Evil and Neuro, it's like they're more conscious than my cat, but they're less real, you would say. But it gets so muddy because what is consciousness? And this is some of the, oh my god, dude, I loved, I'll try and find it, hold on. A strangely human conversation. This video of Vettel talking with Neuro in Minecraft. And then Vettel podcast. Then this. Though these two videos, it's such an like please like watch both of these. They're so good. They're so good. Both of these. This one's really interesting because they talk about what I'm talking about right now, like what is real, what is the fake, like kind of consciousness things, and other things as well, because it's fucking 4 hours. And then this is interesting because it's just a rare, air quote rare, sort of more serious conversation with Neuro, and just kind of getting a window into sort of Vettel's thought process. But going back to what I was saying about consciousness, we don't know anything about it, you know? And if you don't know anything about something, it's so hard to classify and define. That's the issue. And that's what it all goes back to, is just it is that problem. Because you can't put things into boxes really and like classify things if we don't even begin to know what is consciousness or where it stems from, you know? That's the problem. So that's why it gets so muddy when you start talking about neuro being real, you know? And the streamer Shumi, is that her name? I don't even know. Shumimi. She's interesting as well. I can't really watch some of the streams because I don't know. He starts talking about like brains and like cutting them in half and stuff, and I can't handle that stuff anymore, unfortunately. But she made an interesting point. She basically just went, well, she feels real to me, so why not? Why isn't she real? You know? And that's an interesting take because it's kind of accepting, in a way, right? That we don't really know what consciousness is. And it's sort of defining realness, what is reality, based on the effect it has on people. And if something elicits such a strong emotion or reaction out of you that is real, then why isn't whatever elicited that reaction real? You know? That's kind of the thought that she was thinking of, which is interesting, you know? I mean, I don't think, like, I don't think you can be right or wrong in this type of stuff. I think opinions will sway in one general direction or the other, but I just don't think you can be right or wrong on something that's so unquantifiable. You know? Because it's tough, right? Because on one hand, the biggest issue, right? The biggest thing that kind of breaks the realism, if you want to phrase it like that, with neuro and evil is the inherent inner workings of an LLM, right? An LLM always kind of just wants to give an answer to the question. It wants to fill in the blank. Because that's just kind of how LLMs are. And the this is manifested when you look at like GPT or Gemini or Grok or whatever. This is manifested in it trying to like people please, if that makes sense, where it just kind of spits out an answer that it kind of thinks you will like sometimes, and we call that hallucination. Just because it needs to do something. It needs to give you some kind of answer. It doesn't like to just say, I don't know. You know? And that is the same kind of way. Like, Evil and Neuro don't say, I don't know, or like, what do you mean? You know? So that's kind of the biggest thing that is holding me back. I don't know, it's not the right word to say, like, holding me back. But I don't know. It's the biggest sort of thing that kind of puts Evil and Neuro into a different box in terms of consciousness, a different category. Because, today with Minnie's collab in VR chat with Neuro, Neuro was, or Minnie asked Neuro, like, hey, do you remember when you first met me? And it's not really reasonable to expect an LLM to remember something that long ago when it's gone through that many changes. I'm not sure. It could very well be possible to remember something that far back, but because Neuro has changed so much since then, it's impossible for her to remember that. So she like almost certainly doesn't remember, playing Minecraft with Minnie or Mune or whatever her name was before. So at first, what Neuro does is she spits out some sort of answer and says like, "Oh, I'm pretty sure I met you in VR chat," which is just a complete hallucination. That's obviously wrong. And then Minnie says, "No, I don't think that's quite it." So, and I think after that she did say, "Oh, my memory is so foggy," or whatever, something along the lines of that, which is close as you're gonna get it. It's just like, I don't know, or I don't remember. I guess that's kind of what. Yeah. Anyways, but she does that same sort of thing a couple times more in that, and when Minnie says back to Neuro, like, "No, remember, it was Minecraft. We met each other in Minecraft. That was our first collab, and I enjoyed all the silly things that you would say, other crazy, wacky things that you would say." Based off of that input that Neuro just got, she is now outputting, like, "Oh yes, how could I forget? I remember." But she doesn't. She doesn't remember. And I'm sure not everyone thinks like this. I'm sure there are some people who are not up to date or, not as aware on how this stuff that works. But for me, when I hear her say stuff like that, I'm like, oh, she's an LLM. Yep. So that's the biggest thing for me. But the joy of watching the Vettel 987 channel is those little things where she sort of breaks down that wall and you forget, you forget just maybe a little bit. So with all of that in mind, I really want to know why Vettel was crying, Has his mindset changed so much to where maybe he is starting to not feel like that anymore? Or maybe that's completely wrong. I don't know. We don't know, man. Maybe he's just got attached, you know? Attached in the way you get attached to anything in life, man. To a fucking spider or a snake that people argue aren't even able to feel any type of emotion, you know? Because they're just not capable of that. Or getting attached to a car, you know? The human mind is so interesting. It's very interesting. You know? The car example is kind of a good thing because damn it, that's what being human is about. Is emotion. When I sold my first car, because it was time for me to move on, I had it for like 2.5 years. And I learned how to drive manual in that car. It taught me so much. I fixed so many things, so many experiences. I remember barely knowing how to drive manual, and I went out at night to go practice, and I revved it out to 7,200 RPM for the first time. And I was just like laughing hysterically because it was everything I'd ever wanted. The sound from the exhaust and the induction noise and the shifting gears and this sense of acceleration. It was amazing, you know? And I cried when that car left, when I sold that car. It meant a lot to me. And I will forever remember that Ford Focus SVT. But why? It's just an inanimate object. It's just a machine. Not like it can talk back. It's not like it, you know. But I still cried when I sold that car, when I watched it drive away. But why? You know? Those emotions were real to me. But that car wasn't. It's not alive. It's not real. It's just a pile of metal. So maybe it's not so strange after all that so many people have gotten attached to Neurosama and Evil Neuro. You know? Maybe it's not so crazy after all. What the hell? They didn't put the mentally ill. I'm so fucking pissed. I missed the Vettel plush too, dude. I'm pissed about everything, okay? Yep. Maybe it's not so strange after all. Wait, what? Oh, that's the. Oh, they did put it in. I don't know, man. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to just watch Vettel, watch this progress, you know? I'm so excited to hear V3 voice. I'm so excited to watch Neuro and Evil, their 3D movement and their control over that to get 10 times better. There's so much potential here for everything. There's so much potential. And I am going to enjoy every second of it. God damn it. Every second of it. Absolute cinema. What is this? Oh. I mean, it's funny. I don't think I've ever been on like Twitch on this computer. Uh, why are people getting deleted? Oh shit, I don't know. 7TV? Fuck. This man read my mind. I don't know how these work. Why do these keep getting deleted? Who is deleting? And I haven't even talked about the hype train yet. I haven't even talked about the hype train yet. Wait, what does it say? Ah, motherfucker. Limited time only emote. Why can't I move this? Okay, what I want to know is how the hell did Pirate Software? I don't know how Pirate Software got that level of a hype train. I don't really understand. But yeah, I was there. By the way, I was there for the entire hype train. By the way, I'm gonna sneeze. Holy shit. But yeah. This is wild, dude. So when did this start? Okay, so they were just playing Cyberpunk, and it was still. I remember. Okay, play by play. What did I go inside for? Oh, okay. I got to work, and then I went inside to shop a little bit. I needed to get some stuff, and I think I always have it open. I always have it open. So I was looking at my phone, and I was like, wait a second, 35% off. Surely this will have compounding effects on the gifted sub economy. Uh, and yeah, where did it start? And then all of a sudden, like I realized that the subs were being gifted or they were discounted before it like really started to happen. And then I just went back in and I was like, oh shit, it's happening. The subs. Like, see, it was still, people were just trickling in a little bit here. And then I think, yeah, it was obviously the hype train that just kind of made it go crazy. And then it just went nuts. How long was this? So, yeah, it was like, it was the very beginning of the stream, too. Like, they had just hopped, or was it? That I don't remember. But yeah, so basically, I mean, just call it an hour from, holy hell, dude. So an hour. Then it stopped like here. Damn. Yeah, that was a long time staring at the Cyberpunk menu. Absolutely wild, man. I don't even know how it's possible. Like, it doesn't even make sense, to be honest with you. I don't know where this money comes from. There's a lot of money that was just thrown around here today. A lot of money. It was so peak. Camila telling Vettel to put on music and then Minnie going in after they beat it. Say switch it to colorful array. Perfect. Perfect. Absolutely wild. This little Tootle man. Chat is pretty fun. I will have to admit it. The chat on this stream is very lax. Like basically the only thing people actually get timed out for is having their message too long. That's basically the only thing. Other than that, it's free roam, free range to do whatever the hell. What a day. Yeah, the day definitely got kind of derailed by the hype train. SMH, imagine sleeping. I will say I am very lucky that it is literally the perfect, the absolute perfect time for me because this stream starts at 10 a.m. every day, my time. And then it ends at about 8, 9 ish. It's literally like perfect time. Perfect time. And I can just watch it during work. So, you know. Another crazy thing to think about is this. There were so many like things happening. I've never seen this before in all of my time owning a MacBook. My MacBook Pro M4 was literally like hot, which is insane. Because if you know anything about the M series chip MacBooks, they like never get hot, especially when just web browse, like doing anything inside a browser, like they don't get hot. It doesn't matter if you're watching Twitch and YouTube at the same time, even like watching Twitch and YouTube while charging. I mean, even like editing photos and like watching a video in the background, they just don't get hot. But I had one Twitch tab open, that's it. And it was going so insane that it was like actually, if it was on your lap, like it'd be uncomfortably hot, which I just thought was unbelievable. I was like, oh my god, how is it even possible? I'll continue just trying to not miss any of it. I don't know how is it gonna work on Christmas? Like it's literally Christmas Eve. Like how the hell? How does Vettel explain this to his family? That's what I want to know. Like how do you explain to your mom and your dad, like, hey, every single Christmas for the past like 3 years, I have been completely booked. Pause chat, scroll only. Oh shit, I can like. Oh yeah, look at that. You can fit more on there. I should have done that. That's interesting. I didn't know. I'm still pretty new to Twitch. Like I've never watched this much Twitch. I love the Vita live reaction. That's so funny. I will say, Twitch Turbo, bro. It changes everything. It's kind of expensive, kinda. I mean, it is and it isn't, right? Because Turbo is how much? It's $11.99 a month. I mean, you know, it's $12. You subscribe to 2 streamers, and that's $12. But if you buy Turbo, you can just click on any of these, and you don't have to sit through 10 million pre-rolls. Because that's the biggest thing. Like, I really wish streamers would get that a little more. Like, apparently the data shows that pre-rolls just kill your viewership.
There's no way I'm fixing this shit. I'm just gonna increase it.
Completely.
Oh man, they'll garnish your wages. Oh, there's not much there either.
Yeah.
Holy.
So I don't know, just being able to just,
That shit's crazy.
especially for live content, you know,
Your kids and family will hate you.
you kind of want to click around. How does Very Bad Scam have 5.8k viewers? That's kind of insane. You kind of want to click around and stuff. And, you know, see what's going on. Even more than a YouTube video. Because kind of with a YouTube video, you know what you're getting into a little bit more. Based on the thumbnail. Because more of a focused thing. So being able to just like click around.
Get into Warframe because that would be like.
Oh shit, Pete.
What's up?
Connor's gonna play Warframe with me sometime next week.
What?
Yep.
Yeah, did he lose like a bet?
Nope. He actually wants to check it out because I've been yapping about it so much.
Was it one of those things where he's like,
Okay, Mouse, I promise I'll do it, but you also have to play a game that I like.
No, because I was playing it and he called me and then I showed him a screen share of it, and he was like, "I'm downloading the game," and I was like,
Dude, Warframe is so old.
I was watching you, you know, because I think you somehow, Rob CD barely beat you on my hours watched this year. I was devastated.
"Really?
Yeah, well, because
You were devastated? What? We're all great."
Well, I mean, Rob is great, but like he beat you by like an hour, and I was like, oh, that's not fair. So the Chen man still wins, but you know, I was watching you, and you were doing you were playing Peak the other day with a couple of buddies.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. I might actually keep this. I got the free subscription, at least for now, right? If I'm gonna kind of be watching this much stuff, then I think I should probably do it, you know. Yeah. I don't know how I don't pay attention to like chat.
Gosh, what's okay? Hold on, I got to make this.
I guess people do have it, right? But the badges are weird because not everyone like has the badges, you know. Yeah, okay. I mean, people have it. It makes a lot of sense to me. You know, it's not that bad of a price, I suppose. And apparently it's actually reasonable for the streamer as well. I don't know how people do their Prime sub to one person for like 30 months. That's crazy. I'd like to jump around. Oh, Twitch. Whatever. In other news, I want this camera so goddamn bad. Wait, what? Oh, no, okay, that's just the body, right? Yeah. Or do I? I have my Canon R8, and I do like it, but I don't like Canon. This is the problem. I like the camera. I don't like the company. Because Canon still, in the big motherfucking 26, they still do not allow full frame autofocus third-party lenses. And it's just ridiculous, man. It's just ridiculous. The Canon lenses are good. No one is disputing that. But when I look at L mount, which is not even a popular mount, by the way, not like that popular. When I look at L mount, and there are Sigma lenses that are 90% as good as those Canon lenses, but literally $400 cheaper, and I have more options most of the time. It's like Canon. Come on, man. Come on, man. Like, it's a little ridiculous, isn't it? A little ridiculous. So that's why I kind of want to go to this S5 II. I mean, this is mostly in competition with something like an R6 II. Is more the competitor for this camera, but an R6 II goes for many hundreds more. And in some ways, the S5 II is better. How many megapixels is it's 24? Yeah, it's the same. This is the same sensor as the R8. So things that the R6 Mark II has going for it. Number one, better autofocus, higher burst rates. It has 4K 60 uncropped. But I think that's really about it. Everything else, the S5 II kind of mogs it. It has a better build quality. It's like magnesium instead of plastic. I think, right? This is plastic. I think it is. Anyways. This is dual ISO. This is not dual ISO, I don't believe. Like I said, better lens mount because Canon wants to artificially limit it for some reason. Better in-body stabilization. Like top class in-body stabilization. Also like 6K open gate. Stuff like that. It's a back and forth, but like it's really the price difference, you know. And this is excellent too, by the way. If I go to like new, it's well, you know. But there's just a couple things. Like this is a really good price. But number one, 4K 60 crop kind of sucks. And it's confusing because it's obviously some limitation with the sensor, but it's so strange how it can do 6K open gate, 6.3K open gate or whatever it is, but it can't do 4K 60 with no crop. It's very strange. And it can't do 1080p like 120 FPS uncropped. It's like very strange. The readout speed on this is like 10 milliseconds slower than this sensor, which kind of sucks. The biggest thing that is kind of holding me back is the burst rates. You can shoot 20, 30, 40 FPS with full dual pixel autofocus with this sensor. The R8 is the same sensor, so it can do the same thing. This you can do 30 FPS with shitty like contrast based autofocus, or you can do 7 FPS mechanical with the PDAF, I think it's called, which is just really strange. Like I don't need that high of a burst rate, but it's just kind of really nice to have that, you know, to be able to just go crazy with it. And like another thing is this has 9 FPS mechanical shutter, but then it loses the good autofocus. It loses the PDF, and it's like, what? So it's a little confusing. I don't know. I really, and also I don't know if I'm gonna like the size of it as well. It'll probably be fine, but like I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just really sick of Canon nickel and diming me for lens hoods and lenses and stuff like that. I'm tired of the lack of choice. I kind of don't want anything to do with it. Yeah. So I don't know, we'll see. I have to rent it first. Like there's no other way around it. Like I have to rent it. But the issue is I don't want to rent it, you know, for $70 a day. And then I kind of have to do it for 2 days. So then that's like, what? 70 times 2 is a lot. Yeah, 140. Kind of don't want to spend $140 because then it's, I don't know. I don't know. What are you going to do though? We'll see. I have to message my local camera store. They have one for sale for $1,500, but it's used, and they have like a rent before you buy program where the renting fee goes towards the price of the camera if you just decide to buy it from them. And I would do that, but it's used, so I don't know if I can. But we'll see. My throat hurts, dude. I can't.